Ladies and gentlemen, the insurrection of January 6th. Does this look like an insurrection? I see officers in the hallway. I see some citizens walking through, strolling through, taking a tour. She has a stop the steal sign. No officers are even looking their way. They're being allowed to just walk straight through. No problem. Now, isn't that something? I could have sworn they said that there was an insurrection where there were people that were breaking into the Capitol, to destroy property, taking items. I mean, the police are standing in the hallway as the people walk down the hallway. They're not even saying anything to, like, they're not trying to stop them. They're not pulling out their weapons on them, telling them to freeze, stop attacking us. Nothing. They're just moseying on through, going down the hallway, and I don't know what's being said. There's no audio, but they're probably saying, "Hey man, how you doing? Great to be here. Thank y'all for what y'all do, officers." Officers say, "Okay, ain't no problem. Go on through. Take a tour. I mean, your tax money keeps up this building, so I mean, it's yours too. It's all of ours." I mean, wow. The media told us January 6th was supposed to be this terrible day, one of the worst days in American history, because there were officers that were killed in the line of duty. They were trampled, stomped on, beaten. There were barriers that were knocked over, windows were broken, and this and that. I'm not saying that there was no violence at all, but there weren't any officers that were killed by protesters. It didn't happen. The only person that died on January 6th at the Capitol was Ashley Babbitt. She's the only one. And who killed her? A Capitol police officer. He shot her. Point blank range. She was unarmed. She was no threat to him. And he was the only officer that responded by shooting her. There were several other officers in the hallway and outside, right behind Ashley Babbitt. They didn't even react like that, but he did. That was the only casualty of the day. But the media made it seem like there was just all this violence and all this, just a bunch of crap. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring in an article and kind of goes into the House Speaker saying he's vowing to release 44,000 hours of January 6th video. See, there's way more video where I just got that video from. Now, my gosh. House Speaker says January 6th security footage is being posted online for public access. And by the way, all I did to get to that video, and there's way more videos, pages of video. You just go to Google, type in oversight subcommittee January 6th footage. That's all I put in. Literally the first result. I clicked on it. It took you to the government website. And there's pages of video. So anybody can look this up, right? Even this dummy right here found it. So, hey, anybody can find it. Now, House Speaker Mike Johnson vows to make footage available to all Americans. And I think that's what he said on his X account, right? Formerly Twitter. Let's see here. This decision will provide millions of Americans, criminal defendants, public interest organizations, and the media an ability to see for themselves what happened that day, rather than having to rely upon the interpretation of a small group of government officials, he said, adding that requests for access to specific videos can also be made through the House Administration Committee. So they're going to even give you more video. My gosh. Crazy. Now, of course, there was some pushback. So this individual, I guess he's like a Capitol policeman or something, not sure. But guy named Morrell, he says it is unconscionable that one of Speaker Johnson's first official acts as steward of the institution is to endanger his colleagues, staff, visitors, and our country by allowing virtually unfettered access to sensitive Capitol security footage. That he is doing so over the strenuous objections of the security professionals within the Capitol Police is outrageous. Is it really? You know, I think what's outrageous is the fact that those guys, these security police officers, the media, celebrities, all these people have lied on the individuals that were there. Like, now, were there some people that got a little crazy? Sure. But a lot of those individuals that got crazy and got physical and did outrageous activities, those individuals were just operatives. They were people that was infiltrating the group. They're not even a Trump supporter. They're not conservatives. These are people who were basically more or less, in my opinion, planted to be there and cause issues so that the whole group got looked at as bad. Because clearly you see in the video I just showed, there's no nonsense going on. It's just, you know, it wasn't happening. And I do want to end it by saying this right here. I thank you to him, to Speaker Mike Johnson, for releasing the video. And shout out to all the Jan 6ers, the individuals who got locked up in the hundreds, if not thousands or so. They got locked up behind January 6th. And all they did was basically go on a tour. They were protesting. I mean, it's just, they had the right to be there. Whatever you think about the situation, they had the right to be there. So just for being there, there are people who got locked up, who have been sentenced to years in prison behind January 6th, a protest. And they call it an insurrection, and it's just wrong. It was a lie. And I think we're beholden to speak up about this and play some of this video for the public. You know, I'm talking about people who do content, all right? Like, I don't care how small you are, a small guy like me. Do the content so that people can see what really happened on January the 6th. But anyway, that's the video on this one. Shout out to the Jan 6ers. Thank you all for hopping aboard with me for another video. If you will, hit that like, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about January 6th and the video coming out now. And, you know, did you get suckered into believing that it was really a lot of violence and killing happening on police officers? Did y'all really fall for that? Let me know down below what you think about it. Share the video. And, of course, hit that subscribe. Thank y'all so much for hopping aboard with L. Milliner, the captain, for another episode of The Captain's Quarters Show. And I am gone.